Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another video. So today I am back at the beanbag and I want to do a video all about misconceptions associated with coming out to the UAE. That could be what it's like to work here, what it's like to live here, and a few of the other misconceptions that you might have from the eyes of someone who's never been out here before, never lived out here, and so on and so forth. So if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, hit the like button if this was useful or you enjoyed it, and if you want to know anything in particular, comment down below. For those of you who are new, I am Alex. I am a teacher out here in the UAE, and I have been out here now for about 3 months. And although I've not been out here for that long, I have definitely developed a bit of an understanding as to what life out here is like, and a few of the views that I had of the UAE before coming out here have now changed because I've experienced life out here. I've been out, I've met new people, I've started work here. Like, my life has largely settled, and yeah, I'm settled into the UAE. And so I figured that I would do this video just to address some of those points. Before I get into it properly, you will also know that I'm wearing some earbuds. I am very aware that in my apartment, there are really high ceilings, the floors are tiled, so there's quite a considerable amount of echo, so my intention is to wear these, so hopefully that should make the audio better, just in case you think I'm listening to music while filming this. I'm not, the intention is to just improve the video quality. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay guys, so misconception number 1 is all to do with alcohol. Now, when I first came out here, I heard a lot of stories from different people. I'd never been out to the UAE properly before, so I didn't really know what to fully expect. And lots of people said, oh, you're not going to be able to drink, it's going to cost you lots of money, this, that, and the other. And I like having a drink, whether it's going out with friends, having a nice drink with some food. I enjoy having a drink here and there. That is as far from the truth as, as can be. Yes, you have to understand that this is a Muslim country, and obviously there are certain things that aren't accepted out here that might be more accepted, and there might be more leeway in your own home country. Obviously, I'm from the UK, I'm from England, and so there is a heavy drinking culture back in the UK. But to think that you can't drink out here is completely false. And I figured that out very quickly when I went to a McGettigan's, which is like an Irish pub out here, and I was able to drink and enjoy life like as I was in a pub anywhere else or a bar anywhere else in the world. So you can drink. There are bars, there are hotels, there are certain restaurants that serve alcohol, plus you can go to like a liquor store or an off license and you can buy it as well. It probably is more expensive. My closest comparison is that everything out here is a bit like London prices. So you're not going to get a £3 pint of beer, for instance. You are looking at £6 to £8 for a pint. However, it is definitely accessible and you can definitely drink if you choose to. While I'm on the topic of alcohol, while you can drink and there are many places to do so, the rules and the legality around drinking is considerably stricter. So like being drunk and disorderly in public is a big no-no and will get you in lots of trouble, whereas like drinking and being drunk in public back in the UK, you'd probably you might just get hurried home, whereas out here it's just not acceptable. So that's worth bearing in mind. Okay guys, misconception number 2 is all surrounding relationships and intimacy. Now, I'm not going to go into this in too much detail because it's not necessary, but like me, if you're doing lots of research into the UAE and what it might be like to come out here as a single person specifically, you may well have come across certain articles or certain news threads or social media posts about the difficulties surrounding relationships if you're single. Now, whilst you do have to be aware of the fact that this is a Muslim country, and like I say before with the alcohol, there are certain things that you cannot do out here. Having meaningful relationships, meeting somebody is definitely something that you can do. All of the dating apps work out here, so if you're interested in using a dating app, you can do. There are a lot of expatriates out here that are working for various reasons, be that teachers or other forms of, business, etc. So if you're single and you are interested in creating a relationship, you can definitely do that. And lots of people that come out here end up meeting their future husbands and wives, having families. So that's not something that you need to worry about. You just need to be aware of what is accepted and what is not. Okay guys, misconception number 3 is all to do with finances and that the UAE is really expensive. Now, this is a bit of a weighing scale because it depends on the lifestyle you want out here. If you want a really high-end luxury lifestyle, then yes, of course, that's going to come with a high price. However, if your objective is to come out here, enjoy the lifestyle, but equally save money, you're also very capable of doing that, and you can live on a bit more of a budget. Now, as a teacher out here, I have free accommodation because it's part of my teacher package, which is fantastic. So that's saving me a considerable amount of money that I was paying for back at home. It's a tax-free wage, so again, I'm not having a big chunk of my wage taken off me every month, which is also really nice. Now, there are obviously certain things, even if you're trying to save money, that is just more expensive. Internet out here, I've noticed, is quite expensive. Paying for your utilities is quite expensive. And again, if you go on a night out, you might find yourself spending more money than you would do back at home because buying alcohol out here, again, is more expensive. However, like I say, it's a balance. I am paying considerably less money on things like cars. So back in the UK, before I came out here, I was probably paying £60–70 per tank of fuel that would last me just over a week. Whereas here, it costs me about £20 for the equivalent amount of fuel. And buying a car is so much easier because you can get loans easier and age doesn't always come into it in the same way. So it's a bit of a balancing scale, but I would say it's a misconception because living out here comfortably and being able to save is very manageable in comparison to where you may come from. Okay guys, the next big misconception is about the weather and that it's so unbelievably hot that you can't live and you can't move and you're just going to evaporate. Now, in the summer, yes, it is very, very hot. And while I came towards the end of the summer, when I first arrived at the end of July, it was like 45 degrees centigrade every day. It was very, very hot. However, it didn't take me very long to get used to the heat because I was out in it every day and I was okay. Now, I was walking around sweating constantly, so it wasn't always the most comfortable. And actually, most people that I've spoken to tend to go back home to visit family, or they go off traveling and make the most of the extended summer. But it is very hot, but it's manageable. In the winter, everyone out here that I've spoken to has like bigged up the winters because it's still really warm and it's comfortable, but you can go outside, you can go on hikes, you can enjoy the weather. So while yes, it is hot, to think that you're going to come out here and you're just not going to be able to handle it is not correct. And actually, having been out here for a few months, I've become so accustomed to the weather that, you know, at the moment it hits about 35 degrees centigrade, which back at the UK, like if it were to hit that, I would be so, like, I'd be dripping, it would be uncomfortable. Whereas I've got used to it now. So when it starts to drop to sort of like mid to high 20s, I start to feel a bit cooler, which is a bit bizarre, but you do get used to it. So that's misconception number 4. Okay guys, and the final misconception, number 5, is that having this Dubai lifestyle, being out here yourself, is not achievable, it's not attainable, and that is completely false. Now, I know that this isn't necessarily a misconception that people have, but I think being at home, wherever that might be for you, there's often a disconnect. You see what happens on social media, you follow what's on Instagram, on YouTube, whatever. You see people doing fun things by having brunches or walking up and down the Palm or being in the desert, sand dunes, all this amazing stuff. And you think, oh gosh, that's so far away, like I'm not gonna be able to achieve that, like, oh, it's gonna be so difficult. And yes, it's a process. You're gonna have to work hard for it, you're gonna have to apply, and you're probably gonna get turned down by several schools. But to think it's not possible is completely false. There are many, many schools out here in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Al Ain, that are looking for people every year. There is a turnover, it's the nature of international schools, international roles. If you want to come out here, it's perfectly possible. You may not get the first opportunity that presents itself to you, but there are always going to be more opportunities afterwards. So if you want to come out here, if you want to experience the lifestyle, if you want to make the jump, I strongly encourage you to do it. I did it and it's been probably one of the best decisions I've made. I absolutely love it out here. My school is amazing, my lifestyle is incredible, and I just can't believe every day when I walk outside and there's palm trees everywhere and I'm enjoying the weather and I get to go to Dubai and meet new people and have fun on weekends that I'm out here. So if you are or were like me and you were a bit unsure and you didn't think it was possible, it is. If you want to do it, you can. That's the last misconception. Okay guys, so I hope you have enjoyed this video. I apologise that the light has slowly started to dim. I've not wanted to turn any lights on because that would throw the whole video out. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, again, like I said at the beginning of the video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, and I will do my best to get out more videos more frequently. But as I've already just said, life is busy. I am doing lots of different things. I'm making the most of my time out here, and so unfortunately I've not had as much time as I would hope to sit in front of the camera and create some content. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.